Broadcasting live from contested war zone on the plain of Mirrodin, you know, from the before. This is Tap Tap Concede. Welcome, everybody, to Tap Tap Concede. My name is Graham. Joining me is Nelson.
Hi, I'm here.
And Kathleen. And today, we have a very special episode for you. We've got 9 awful ideas for Wizards of the Coast for 2023. We've put our heads together, and we've come up... Well, each of us actually did 3, so we didn't really put our heads together. But we've come up with 9 terrible suggestions.
9 real dog poo ideas, because people got really mad at Wizards of the Coast last year several times. So if you're going to get mad at Wizards of the Coast, why not get mad at them for these crap ideas instead?
Yeah, exactly. But before we get into the terrible ideas, we're going to give you a good idea, which is to buy stuff from Card Kingdom. This show, of course, is brought to you by Card Kingdom. Head over to cardkingdom.com/LRR for all of your cardboard needs. Hey, Dominaria Remastered is out. Or it releases this, as of recording today, I believe it's out. So check that out. And this comes out on Mondays, and this coming Friday on the Friday Night Paper Fight, we're playing Draft?
Yeah, so we're going to draft. Yeah, this coming Friday, we'll be drafting. And actually, keep going with the sponsors. They'll have another thing we can talk about.
Tell them Loading Ready Run sent me button, please. They'll give you a little button. And I forgot, actually, speaking of James.
A pox upon the auto tapper.
Right, a pox upon the auto tapper.
Oh, that's a really good button.
I like that button.
God, I've been goozled so many times by the auto tapper.
Yeah.
It's getting better, but yeah. And of course, this show and everything we do is brought to you by you and your kind support of our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. What's up, James?
The PPR.
Yes.
We can talk about the PPR.
Because that's being announced
tonight.
As of time of recording tonight.
Yeah.
The PPR. Yes. The Phyrexia All Will Be One pre-release. Oh, we're so excited. 2023, new year, new PPRs. January 28th, which is a Saturday, starting at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Featuring 5 of your good friends from Loading Ready Run. And our special guests, we've got Princess Weeks, Magic content creator and writer and video essayist. We've got Jim LePage from the Spike Feeders and the Commander Rules Committee. And we've got Becca Scott, content creator from Good Time Society, which I believe is actually just her channel, whose videos on how to play tabletop games we frequently use when we need to learn how to play tabletop games. Very exciting bunch of folks to invite over to the Moonbase for some Phyrexia All Will Be One. I will say the set is looking very, very cool. We've had an opportunity, of course, in preparation for the PPR to take a look at some of the cards, and it's looking pretty cool. Some very cool stuff. I don't want to say much more about it because official spoilers begin, well, actually today, day of airing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have a preview card on the 25th. He said, with all the blind confidence of someone who read his email yesterday.
I can tell you that it's a card.
This is factually accurate.
And I can tell you that one man's cool is another man's, this set looks terrifying.
Yeah, the set is aesthetically challenging.
Right.
Yeah, there's a... You'll see. You'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. 9 awful ideas. Here's my first one. It's a secret lair. You remember way back when you get those starter boxes and they had the little rules booklets?
Oh, yeah.
Right? It's secret lair, those rules booklets.
People would buy that.
Because it's like, this is in the same vein as like the old school, very wordy walkers or the basic lands that just has all the rules text for basic lands, right?
Yeah.
So, but it's like the thing where you have the card, like the real card that it is, and then the new name over top of it, like the Dracula or the Godzilla ones, right? So it's like Jam Day Tome, but the card is like 6th edition starter box rules, little tiny rules booklet, and it's just a picture of that. It's just a picture of the tiny little thing, but the actual card is like the Jam Day Tome or Jalem's Tome or Venser's Journal, something like that.
Tamio's logbook.
Yeah, exactly. Like the actual cards are just Magic cards that are books, but the art and the
little name underneath or whatever, or the big name.
Yeah,
the little name underneath would be Venser's Journal.
Yeah, and then the
big name would be like
Ice Age Starter Pack Rules booklet.
Nice.
And then the flavor text is just like some rule entry from the actual
that isn't still a
comprehensive
magic rule.
rules.
Yeah. You do like a list, like there's the beta, and you get like a JM Day tome, and it talks about the timing rules.
Yeah,
right, which is still like the core of how the stack works.
Yeah,
now.
or like the one like the Ice Age one would be like the rules for cumulative upkeep or something,
Perfect.
which still is technically a magic rule, but it's like was only really a thing in Ice Age or around that time.
When you first introduced it, I thought you meant literally just a secret layer that had like all of the individual books, like they reprinted or did the thing from Zendikar where they collected en masse, like however many of these old like paper books from the 90s
Just
that
actually
people
the
have.
books?
Because I think I still have like 2 or 3. I bet Wheeler's got like 10 of those old little paper books from the actual thing, and then so they go on eBay, they buy all those up somehow, and then they repackage them. But, your secret layer idea sounds even better.
Oh no.
Right, errata. That would be Tamio's journal.
Oh, sorry. I see.
I was like, I said it. And I was like,
Logbook.
that doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
But we had Venser's journal, so I was like, well, it can't also be Tamio's journal. But it turns out it was.
Yeah, more than one people can have a diary.
Mm-hmm.
More than one people.
More than one people can have diary.
Well,
More than one people can also have terrible idea. Kathleen, what's yours?
well, I would say I'm just gonna toot my own horn a bit. My idea was this podcast. Let's just
That's
put out
true.
9
That's true.
dog poo ideas is how I phrased it.
Didn't we have like episode 500 last year?
And we've only resorted to doing crap ideas now. I'm so proud of us.
Oh, you meant this specific episode of the podcast. I thought
Oh,
you were
yeah.
just putting all of TTC under
Oh,
the
no.
bus there. You're like,
Oh.
this podcast was my idea, and it's
No.
a terrible idea to continue doing it in 2023. And I'm like, fair, but also, like, people watch us and stuff. Like, it's not all bad. We get a lot of really positive comments.
Maybe not after this episode.
Yeah.
But speaking of which, speaking of old school, look, as we know with Phyrexia, that we're going to be losing some planeswalkers because a few people got Norded. We found out on Thursday that Luca, predictably, after being told not to touch the thing, touched the thing.
Yeah. What an idiot.
Yeah.
I can bond with this. No. I can bond. No, I can. Stop it. I can bond with this Phyrexian. I can do this.
I don't know if
Whoops.
that's what happens yet. But my thinking is it can't be that far off the truth.
It feels like he succeeded.
I mean, he did.
He did
Definitely bonded with it.
more than usually. Yeah.
What an idiot. Anyhow, but look, we're losing some planeswalkers, which means we have openings, but we've got so many planeswalkers that are going through and solving problems across the universe and many might say meddling and making things worse, all sorts of things. So why not? We take it back. We bring back the power level. We go back to basics. We have a lower powered planeswalker. So I didn't come up with a name for him, but he's from the plane of Lorwyn. His name is maybe Glonk.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
And Glonk has a really traumatic experience that ignites his spark. It turns out someone tries to kidnap his favorite goat, but the goat is a changeling.
Oh.
Right, from the
Right,
classic
right.
Lorwyn goat napping cards. And that is very, very traumatic to him because he did love this goat and his spark ignites. And then Glonk travels the multiverse solving goat-related problems. Only goat-related problems. So he'll go to Innistrad and not fight vampires, but like find some lost goats, maybe that wandered up into the mountains where the Hellkites are and stuff like that. He retrieves the goats. I mean, I'm sure
the idea that just every set, it's like whatever, world-ending conflict is occurring in the story spotlights, and then also there's Glonk.
Glonk and his...
He's just over there
So-
messing with the goats,
So, well, not messing with.
helping the goats.
Solving people who have legitimate goat-related problems because he can make perhaps cute-looking goats appear to lure other goats around, right? Like my goat wandered off. It's like that's okay. I can call forth from the ether this very attractive-looking female goat, and he'll come back because he'll want to see this goat. And it's like, how do you know it's an attractive-looking goat? Glonk just knows. Like, we have a lot of powerful planeswalkers. I think it's time to have some crap planeswalkers. Like, there's going to be a spectrum of power here. Not everyone can have a world-ending, ability. Why can't somebody just be, like, really attuned to goats? Why can't someone be able to, make a hot cup of tea appear whenever they want?
Wow.
Your priorities are changing. As time passes, right?
Yeah.
That hot cup of tea is like the ultimate for you.
Yeah, well, and, also, like, I feel like people are very sad because planeswalkers that they know and love and Luca are, are being completed.
So we need to lighten the mood.
We need to lighten the mood, and we need to be sure no one for Ella
We need to
Schnorren
stop
would
breaking
look at
legacy.
Gronk and be like, actually, no, you are not going to add anything to the great Phyrexian vision here. You just leave, right? So...
I like the idea that Ella Schnorren's like, who completed this guy? And her like suture priests or whoever are like, oh, he did this himself.
No, he fell in the oil. We tried
We
to tried to fish him out.
Sorry, are you cool with this?
He's actually not completed, Miss Norrin. He's just wearing a bunch of our stuff. Look, we can just take it off.
Yeah,
It's not even stuck in there, right? Yeah.
make him go home.
Right. So if you'd like to make some Glonk fan art,
Yes.
please at me on Twitter unless it's ruined and exploded.
In that case, Mastodon.
Yeah, in that case, Mastodon. I'm Kathleen LRR on Mastodon, and or you can find me online wherever bad ideas congregate.
Excellent.
Loading ready run Twitch chat.
Yeah.
You don't have a Tumblr, do you?
No.
Well,
That is another good place for bad ideas,
yeah.
isn't it?
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Nelson, what's your first terrible
Okay,
idea?
so this is a bit of a personal indulgence here. It's
No.
not that it would be right. Yeah.
on this episode,
Shockingly. Yeah. So it's not that this idea would necessarily be bad. It's just that it probably wouldn't sell well because we're going to go for a Secret Lair, specifically Nelson's favorite Netflix series that like not enough people watch for it to get a third season. It's Secret Lair, Dirk Gently's holistic detective agency.
Oh, sweet.
Featuring Orlando Bloom, right?
And Elijah Wood.
Oh, sorry, I mean Elijah Wood.
Okay,
I get
cool,
those
yeah.
two confused from The Lord of the Rings.
They're both so pretty.
They are both very pretty. Anyways, yes, Elijah Wood, powerhouse in this this series about a holistic detective who, it turns out, there's some sort of weird mind powers he has to be able to solve mysteries, but he doesn't understand them himself. And just the writing is incredible, and the show is a lot of fun. So yeah, I would like to get, I don't know, some Eska's chariot that's like a car that everyone drives too fast all the time, or like some time magic would be good, some time twisters or some time walks. Just reprint Time Walk in Secret Lair. There we go.
Yep,
I
perfect.
snuck in another bad idea nestled inside of my bad idea.
That's very Dirk
Reserve
Gently.
list, meh.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm just gonna plug. Go watch Dirk Gently's Secret Lair, or Secret Lair. Go watch his Holistic Detective Agency, and you can think this is Nelson's favorite show. Yet another reason I dislike him.
And if you run out of Netflix, as is frequently the case because they keep canceling stuff, in that case specifically, there's books.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you not read
Oh,
Well, okay, no, I can remember now. I had this conversation, and someone steered me away from the books.
Oh,
I know,
interesting.
isn't that weird?
So they're written by Douglas Adams, who
Okay.
wrote The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
All right.
Yeah, and Kathleen loves Douglas Adams.
Kathleen's
Okay.
about to have an opinion.
All right.
On the internet. Back up, everybody.
I guess I
Get
should
them
check the
comments
books out
ready.
after all. Yeah.
I think that the Dirk Gently books are, in many ways, better than the Hitchhiker's Guide books.
Oh,
because
okay.
Hitchhiker's Guide was supposed to like sort of kept getting added to,
Right.
and the fifth book was a real downer. But the Dirk Gently books were a little bit more like, I am writing a Dirk Gently book. And the first Dirk Gently book is really good, but tonally exceptionally different from the show. So
Okay.
I will warn you that now. I thought the show was way too violent.
Sure. Show is
It's
pretty violent.
very violent.
Mhm.
And the books are more just so I would say embrace the spirit of a holistic detective agency a little bit better, while still being violent and interesting and having a couch that gets stuck.
Right.
The couch is very important.
Yeah.
The whole thing hinges on the couch. Please read just Dirk
Okay.
Gently's
The first Dirk Gently book.
There's
Okay.
another Dirk Gently book, and then there's a partially unfinished third Dirk Gently book called The Salmon of Doubt, because Douglas Adams died.
Oh wow. Okay.
Well, halfway through writing it. But they're very, 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 very good and very well plotted books, and they're very funny, but in a different way.
Well, the excellent plotting, I feel like they pulled onto the screen.
Yeah, we enjoyed the show.
Yeah.
Just despite the violence.
I watched the first 2 episodes and actually tapped out because I just thought it was way too violent. I don't
really? Okay.
I really don't like violence that much.
Okay.
Like it's just not
Yeah.
for me.
Not your jam.
No.
But you know what is your jam?
Crap ideas.
This next crap idea that Graham's going to drop?
Yeah.
Or do we want to come back and Kathleen goes next and then you go?
Well, I love crap ideas from anyone. Please go ahead, Graham.
All right.
All right, sure. This one's pretty straightforward. It's Homelands Remastered. Or I guess Ugotha Remastered.
That's actually a really good idea.
You know, well, so the thing is, there's only like 100 and something cards in Homelands. If you look it up on Scryfall, it says 140, but that includes all the duplicates. So, you know, to really pare it down to the best cards in Homelands for a remastered release, it's really just a secret lair. But you got all the colors represented. In white, we have Soraya the Falconer.
Okay.
You know, legitimately, people sometimes play this in Commander because Soraya has been oracled that it's not all falcons get +1/+1. It's now all birds.
Oh, wow.
And you can give all your birds banding until end of turn. So Soraya the Falconer, actually playable. From blue, we get Memory Lapse because, you know, it's Memory Lapse.
Yeah, that's a good card.
It's probably already been in a secret lair even.
Yeah. You could probably guess the card from black, Baron Sengir, obviously.
I can guess the green one too.
I can't wait to hear that guess. Okay. From red, I've chosen Joven. Because why not? Look at Joven. Joven, you're almost as good a thief as I, but Aaron hates you even more, says Chandler. Thanks, Joven. What's your guess for the green card?
Autumn Willow.
No, I went with Joven's ferrets.
Okay.
You can't have
Good
Joven
science,
and not
good
have his
science.
ferrets.
Got to get the ferrets in there.
And you know, you want to have that's why Joven's the red card, because you can't have the ferret. Obviously, you got to reprint Joven's ferrets, but then they're lost without Joven.
Do you have an artist idea for in mind for who can really bring Homelands to life?
No, just keep it.
Keep the same art.
Keep the same art
Okay.
for the first time, printed in the new frame, Joven's ferrets in etched foil.
Ooh.
And then for your like bonus secret pack-in card that's not part of the initial thing, obviously, it's Apocalypse Chime to destroy everything from Homelands. Gosh, I could see them actually doing this.
That's a good idea. I kind of like this idea. I'm sorry, Graham. I think we might have to change this episode title to 8 crap ideas.
Oh no.
I'm more in on Glonk.
Love Glonk. All right, Kathleen, what's your next idea?
Well, my next idea is also based on things that I like, which is drafting.
Oh yeah.
And I thought, but like, how frustrating it is it when you think you've put together a good card, and it happens to be one of those formats where you've got a really great synergistic deck, but then your opponent drafts like the bomb rare of the set and just blows you up. And that's very frustrating, where you've been ahead the whole time and then you just get blown into a rare. So why not have a new limited format, which is just Pauper Limited?
Oh.
No, all commons, not even any uncommons. You just draft commons. May the best drafter win. Legit, true. Put together your crap synergies. Do what you can.
Now is this because so a question, because James has like a Pauper Cube.
Yes.
Right. That's a banger to draft, honestly.
Oh,
but you're
like
talking
drafting
about
Pauper, yeah.
You're talking about like just in a set.
Yeah, in a set.
So it's
just take out all the
take,
uncommons and the rares.
Take like Phyrexia all be one, no common or no rares, no uncommons, no mythics, just the commons from a standard set.
Absolutely. Remember what Tetsamok? Do you remember how ruinous Tetsamok was?
Yeah.
Do you think that set would have been more fun without Tetsamok? I think it would have been.
Yeah.
So why not take out everything else just to be sure?
I feel like I would have lost more games because I would have played the same number but lost the games that didn't have Tetsamok. But all the games my opponent had Tetsamok, they still would have won. What you're talking about is like a pretty good like scientific approach to drafting. Like if you want to just like try to hammer out a format real quick, just like get 3 of every uncommon or 3 of every common and then like draft that a bunch of times and try to figure out what the favorite archetypes are or what you like to put together with just the common synergy and then like add the uncommons and then just evaluate the rares.
I wonder.
Probably pros have done this.
Oh no! Now we have to change it to 7 crap ideas.
I wonder if we could try. This is not a promise that we will, because I feel like it'd be a hard sell for to get like a full draft table together. But I wonder if we could do this where it's just like we get like packs of whatever set. I guess let's say 4 packs.
Yeah.
And then every pack you open, and then you just set aside
The rare. You
the
just
rare,
keep those.
the
Those are
rare,
yours.
the rare, and the uncommons, and then you just draft
Draft
from
the-
the commons in front of you. And then you'd need 4 packs because otherwise you wouldn't have enough cards to build a deck out of. And then just sort of see how that
But
shakes
then you
out.
get to keep all your uncommons and your rares, right?
Sure.
So you don't. There's no feel bad about like, oh, this is not good for my deck, but
No,
I also
straight
want this
into
for
a-
my commander,
Straight
right?
into a paper shredder.
Yeah.
I think you'd evaluate the commons and like the feel of the matchups pretty quickly because the rares add this like, and the uncommons as well, add this like extra sort of spice to the draft. Like most draft decks are mostly commons, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so without any like extra puzzle each game, it's just sort of like, okay, well, do I have the murder if they try to put the enchantment on their creature? Nope, I didn't this time. I'm going to lose to the creature with the enchantment on it. And then, like that's kind of, there'll be like something like that for all of the different matchups. So, but I mean, I'm down to play that format with you, so you know. I mean, it's terrible. Good job coming up with a terrible idea.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Nelson, what's your next garbage pile?
Okay, I promised 3 good ideas on the way here after getting these coffees, and thinking about your ideas, they've escaped. So I've come up with another one on the fly.
Sweet.
Everybody is always complaining every time they put out a new foiling technique, or just every time that they foil cards ever.
Right.
There's always some that turn into like curvy Pringles, right? I say lean into it. Let's do the new all foil packs that are so curved they're like already ready to play like
The
some
shell
sort of
game?
street game, shell
Yeah,
game.
yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and let's have decks that you can buy, like full 100-card decks that just all look like that. It's the same, and then you can make your own Ultra Pro deck boxes that are also curved, so it's like it's like putting tennis balls into that sleeve. You know what I mean?
Pringles tube.
Yeah,
Literally.
exactly. Yeah, the Pringles
Just
tube.
lean
Yeah.
right into it.
Yeah, let's just make them circular too, and then put some salt on them.
What's it's got to be a planeswalker. Davriel has a mustache.
Perfect.
I'm trying to think of doing like a Pringles logo.
With
Like-
Gabriel?
Yeah, well, because I was just trying to think of what planeswalker has a mustache. Yeah. Okay. I like. Oh wow, this is terrible, Nelson. Great job.
Thank you. Yeah, I say let's just go harder on how terrible foils are to the point where we can use them for other things.
I just
too.
like curl up into a straw.
Yeah.
You put your deck face down and it just wouldn't sit.
Yeah.
It would just- like it wouldn't be stable if it's.
But that's okay because you could shuffle your deck just by putting it into a bowl and doing a little
Just tossing it. Anyone have the salad spinner? As kids, that was like an invention that existed in the 90s. You just salad spin your magic cards and then scoop them up, place them neatly into a bowl, and then just take your first one each turn with a fork, put it in your hand.
Oh, wow, that's you know what? Even though we said that one of my ideas was good, we said one of Graham's ideas is good. That idea is so bad, I think we can go back up.
Hooray!
To 9 crap ideas.
It counts
for
too. Oh,
Waltzy.
plus I had the nested bad idea in my last one.
Oh my god.
It's true.
That's right. I will sink this ship yet.
Yep.
Okay, Graham. do you
Once
have
again,
one more?
Watsy, call us.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, I want to move away from paper. I want to go into the world of digital magic.
Oh,
Awesome.
Because Arena is, definitely the best that they've done so far in terms of replicating the experience of playing paper Magic on a computer or phone. But there's some aspects of tabletop Magic that are missing, which is your opponent messing with your stuff. So I think that they should. There's 2 parts to this. One, they should just introduce a new feature where if you click on one of your opponent's permanents, it shifts by just like a pixel, just like. Right, so if you just like repeatedly tap on stuff, you just get it like skittering across. You can just mess up all the positions of the cards. It'll make it a little harder for you to understand what's going on, obviously. But it's just sort of rather than arbitrarily clicking around the background or like clicking on the environments to make it do a thing, which they've done less and less of recently. Just you click on the cards, they just shift. Both in translation and rotation, but just like a pixel at a time. And then, for a gem purchase, you can get cosmetics where you can leave Cheeto fingerprints on your opponent's stuff.
Is every Cheeto fingerprint its own little microtransaction where it's like you can buy a bag of Cheetos and that gives you like 100 clicks or something?
That would be much worse.
Yeah, because I want to add some special sauce to your bad idea.
Yeah.
Make it even worse.
so do
It's just like, hey, can I see that card?
do these persist for the whole game?
Oh,
The
yeah.
whole match? But then they go away, right?
I guess
until they
the
restart
match, yeah.
Arena.
Yeah.
Ah!
Until they relaunch the app.
Yeah. Could be during the same game. If you click it enough times, does it just tap their permanent and then they can't, like, they need to untap it by either clicking it a whole bunch of times themselves or how much function are we adding here, removing?
I was thinking of actually adding like actual gameplay function,
Okay.
just making
it more annoying.
really annoying. Yeah.
Nice.
That would be, I feel, miserable.
What a horrible addition.
Yeah, how
you.
can we bring the experience of your opponent having like some rough halitosis into the digital arena? Like, can we just like, if you pay enough gems, can you just like slowly turn their side of the board green? It's like it just gets foggier,
We were developing that technology.
right?
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's good. That's good stuff.
Wow, I hate that.
Yeah, this
Thank you.
idea is truly awful.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Really nailed the spirit there.
All right, Kathleen, what
All
do
right.
you have?
My final bad idea. I know you said let's go to the realm of digital. I'm going to bring it back to the realm of paper.
Okay.
Because you guys both had a secret layer.
Oh, yes.
I also have a secret layer.
Excellent.
And I think this is actually a real money spinning idea.
Oh, no.
Obviously, did you know that Scryfall has an art tag just you could search for bare feet? So of course, this is secret layer feet.
I mean, I know
Special guest.
our
Feet.
fans are down. Like, it's not a bad idea for everyone.
Secret layer.
Also, what is it? It's like 15 to 10% of the population or something is super down.
Really?
With feet?
Something like that. Yeah, something to
Oh,
do
God.
with where the parts of your brain are. Yeah.
There's like a crossed wire somewhere.
Oh, no.
Are you just offering free feet pics right now? Holy moly.
I know.
Kathleen.
Well, hey, this is the Bad Idea podcast.
Save this one.
Anyhow, so this is I put together a list of cards. So first one, crush underfoot.
Nice.
Oh, of course.
Right?
Yeah. Oh,
One.
whoa.
So much
Oh
foot.
yeah, people are gonna really enjoy
Can
that
you
one.
imagine the giant trimming their fingernails? I don't know, like a thresher, I assume, and like snip, and the toenail just goes like careening across the countryside like a
Right.
flying
It
scythe.
embeds into Glonk's goat, and he has another traumatic experience.
Oh no.
The next one. This is the first. This idea is what inspired this whole. I was like, wow, what's the worst idea I could think of? Wow, I bet I could come up with some more of those. But this is to me the archetypical foot card. This is Beanstalk Giant, obviously, because it has fertile footsteps as the
Nice.
to get sort of 2 in 1.
Oh.
And look at that big foot. You
It's only
could.
got 4 toes. Interesting.
Only needs 4.
Yeah. All right.
What are you doing with your 5th toe, really?
I mean, not getting stomped on. I think.
Yeah. I guess. All right.
But yeah, people not only are people into feet, people are really into being stepped on.
Right.
Remember the Lady Dimitrescu
Oh yeah.
kerfuffle
Yeah.
situation?
We'll call it that. It definitely was a situation.
We also have, of course, another giant, Bone Crusher Giant. Lots of giant feet, turns
Oh
out.
yeah.
Because I really wanted people to see the foot. And he's like, you could step on me, Daddy, right there, right?
Again, the adventure name on this one.
Stomp.
Stomp. Yeah.
Stomp.
I didn't realize Lauren and Eldraine are just feet sets.
Well-
That's just what apparently all fairy tales require big feet.
There's a lot of giants in both of those sets. I think it's important to note that, I feel like there's a lot of cards from Lorwyn and Eldraine in this secret layer of mine. I think, I feel like we have Eldraine, which is, good fairy tales, and Lorwyn is like weird, gross fairy tales. I also picked Kithkin Greatheart because look at those huge feet.
A lot of giant feet.
Yeah.
I
A
do
lot of
like
giant
also the Bone Crusher Giant. The visual effect on Arena when you cast Stomp is the giant
foot comes
foot
down.
shadow goes wham right on the battlefield. It's good.
Yeah. And then for my last one, of course, it's Stomping Ground.
Nice.
Oh yeah, right. That makes a lot of
the
sense.
best place to put the bare feet.
Yeah,
Stomping
exactly.
around. Yeah, this one would need new art.
Yes. Well, and I actually, unlike you guys, I have thought of my preferred artist
Oh,
for the
no.
secret lair,
And
Rob Liefeld.
who famously can't draw feet.
This might be showing perhaps some of my
That's perfect because what you've done is you've taken an awful idea for most people.
Yeah.
But then for the people that actually think that's a good idea, you have now also made it awful.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly. So if you're not familiar with the art of Rob Liefeld, like there is like
I'm not, but
okay,
I heard,
so he's a very famous comic book artist who was really popular in the 90s, I
Yeah.
want to say, and like he'd draw these ridiculous covers of like Spider-Man or like I think James
Most famously, the like barrel-chested Captain America that you've
and
probably
it'd just
seen.
be like huge and wide, but they'd have feet, but they'd look like little like dangly socks essentially.
Little teeny triangles, or they'd be obscured by like smoke or rubble, or like there'd just be something at the bottom of frame that made so he didn't have to draw feet.
Yeah, he did not want to draw feet. So
Yeah.
that's why I would hire him for the secret layer.
So funny.
just to ruin it for everybody.
Yeah, no one's happy, which to me is magnifique.
Excellent work.
Everybody disliked that.
Speaking of no one being happy, could you pass me my sock because my foot's very cold?
Where did you? Oh, I see.
I sort of flung it. No more feet.
Okay, I'll.
Top that, Nelson.
I don't
Top
know that I
Nelson.
can. Okay, so I figured out that in my improv moment just now, my brain was trying to remind myself. I managed to go deeper into the tank while you two were talking. So I have this second and a half, or whatever you want to say. I think that tubular foils that have completely prinkled around, that's okay as a distinct idea.
That's very good.
But my bad idea is expanded premium. The packs always talk about premium cards, right?
Right.
Or like this deck contains 3 premium cards.
Because that's
of
like the Wizard's
commander.
terminology
Yeah,
for foil.
exactly. That's what they say when they mean foil. But premium has like an English definition and can mean all kinds of other things. So this is a bad idea for some, but obviously an awesome idea for everyone. What if instead of foil, you got a scratch and sniff magic card? Like you open up that new Planeswalker and you can really smell the
You
feet.
can smell Gronk.
Yeah, exactly.
Smell that goat.
Or the goat. Yeah, exactly. You scratch and sniff and you're like, oh, that is kind of like what burnt goblin would smell like, isn't it? So there's scratch and sniff. Or what if we did some of the things they do with money, right? Like it's a clear plastic window. So you could kind of have like a background is foil technique, but instead it's just background is transparent. Yeah, background is playmat.
Your opponent,
Exactly.
the ceiling.
There's all kinds of technology. You could have a card that appears to be completely white or completely black with no markings whatsoever, but then when you shine the black light over it, it reveals its rules text and meaning. Similarly, you could have that kind of thin layer of foil that you can scratch off with your nail or a coin or something.
Oh, like a scratch and win.
Yeah, like a scratch and win lottery ticket. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to bring the card totally covered up into the tournament, but then during the game, when you draw it, you're allowed to scratch it off to find out what you got.
What the mana cost is, and then
I
if
like
you can cast it, then you can scratch off the rules text.
I like treating those UV cards like morphs, where it's like I play this, and it's like, what's that do? Well, you'll find out, and then when it becomes relevant, you're like, ah. But then at the end of the game, it has to be like, wait, let me see what your UV card,
Yeah.
your rave card was.
You got to show us what your rave card
Yeah.
does. Yeah, you could also have a card that, what was it? Right. So, you can spend resources on the card to make it work sort of like Chaos Confetti, but you could do
Right.
pull tabs. So you could be like halfway between Chaos Confetti, where you pull to find out what the activated ability of the card is.
A lot of this seems a little bit more like gambling than Wizards probably wants to pull
No,
tabs, scratch and win.
You, the player, know exactly what you're getting. It's your opponent that's surprised.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, if you say so.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, whatever lets us do this without getting
Officially, this was
massively sued.
the scratch and sniff idea.
For some reason, the first when you said scratch and sniff, the first cards I thought of was the 40K stuff,
Ooh.
and it's just like all the horrible Nurgle pestilent cards with like just pulsating things. Like, great, I really want to find out what sloppity bile piper smells like.
Yeah.
The only
Like
cards
all
I
of
would
the
want to
Tyranids.
smell would be a Necron. Because presumably they'd just smell like,
Dusty.
dust.
I hope.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
I wouldn't think the Necrons would smell like much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Ugh.
What if the Tyranids just all smell like mushroom soup? They got like quite a nice umami scent to them.
Okay. All right.
Let's just
All right.
fry up some Tyranids. I bet,
Maybe they like secretly just smell like garlic or something. Like who knows?
Does anyone here know 40K lore? Has anyone tried eating a Tyranid? What happens?
I think the Tyranid punches you inside out if you try to eat them.
Oh.
Let us know in the comments what the Tyranids smell like, and also what your best, worst premium expanded definition would be.
Yeah. James, do you have any terrible ideas? I mean, in this context?
I don't actually, unfortunately. I had one like a half an hour ago, and then I completely forgot.
Didn't write it down.
No.
Only glistening, pure
Should've
golden
written it down.
ideas from James.
This is why I wrote my ideas down in the Slack thread, because one, I needed to remember them, and two, I knew that I didn't want to spend more than like 30 to 40 seconds per idea. Get them fresh and
Actually, there is one thing that we could do this on the Friday Night Paper Fight, and I think we probably will soon. Which is you do a regular 6 or 8 person draft,
Okay.
but then you have 5 minutes to trade your cards between the drafters. And you have to do it at the table. There's no like private conversations. It all has to be done
Floor
up front.
of the New York Stock Exchange.
Yeah,
draft.
basically it's just shouting and yelling at each other, trying to make deals for cards that you think would make your deck better and cards that you want to shift onto other people's. But I want that to be an official format from once.
Yeah, I went into green early, but then it didn't pan out. I've got like 3 green uncommons here.
Yeah, exactly. Three green staples. Gimme.
Yeah. Looking for black or red.
Yeah, and then the bell goes at the end.
Exactly.
To signal the end of trading.
End of trading, exactly.
That's incredible.
Just the floor just strewn with all the ticker tape receipts.
Ooh, I've got a bonus crap idea.
Bring it on, yeah.
Okay, what if, like, I know that, people like Dragon Shield make wonderful, high quality, excellent playmats.
We're not just saying that because they are a sponsor of Elder Dragon Social Club, which, by the way, watch that show and buy our sleeves. Thank you. Continue.
But, I feel that playing on a playmat does not feel nostalgic to many people. That's not what you think of when you think of, playing Magic the old way. So what if you just had a big chunk of rough concrete with some rude graffiti on it that you could plop down on top of your normal table?
Carry around with you.
You could scrape your cards as Richard Garfield intended.
So you just need to imprint the logo you want or whatever onto some sandpaper, and then you need to somehow affix the sandpaper to the rolled up mat, and then you could have pretty close.
No, I was thinking like a large chunk
actual
of pressed
block of
concrete
concrete,
with like
rebar sticking out the sides.
Yeah, rebar sticking out the sides.
This
and,
is
like,
my
some sort
actual elementary school floor.
Yeah, ripped up. But I like the sandpaper idea better, actually, because that seems more portable. What about just making sleeves out of low grit sandpaper?
On the inside.
And the outside.
Both sides.
Pain really focuses the mind.
Shuffling would be so frustrating.
But think of the clarity of vision that you would have. You probably wouldn't flick your cards as much.
It's useful for us because usually the microphones are right beside where people flick their cards. Oh, wow. Awful.
Yeah, I hate it so much. Why don't we have a tournament where there's no chairs, but you still have to put all your cards on the table, so everyone's just constantly trying to do like a ski form. Everyone's just like working their abs super hard to play and just can't wait to be dead every round.
Wow.
For some reason, that's where my mind went when you're talking about playing with like sandpaper cards.
The worst magic. Like,
how uncomfortable can we make playing Magic?
We make the sleeves out of sandpaper.
Yeah.
There's no chairs allowed. The table is weirdly low.
Well, if it's low enough that they could sit on the floor, then that's no good.
No.
It has
Just
to be like at nose height when you sit down or something.
Right.
Yeah. So when you can't even like hunch comfortably, right?
Right.
God, people would play so fast.
And this is like at a Magic Fest level event.
Yeah.
And there is
pain draft.
Yeah, there is one there's one washroom for everybody with a single toilet.
Right. And also one judge
one
running
sink.
the whole event.
Yeah, one judge. Oh.
Oh no. Pain for all.
Right. Yeah, everyone needs to be in excruciating pain.
Especially that judge.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh. Satan, write down those ideas.
Turns out we have a lot of ideas for ways you could make
things
magic
worse.
terrible.
More
Yeah.
powerful and creative.
Yeah. And if you're looking to consult with us, you know what? Our schedules just aren't busy for some reason. So just give us a call. Send us an email. We got so many ideas.
Oh my God. Yeah. I had others, I think, but I forgot them because I didn't write them down like you did.
It turns out the worst idea was not writing your bad ideas down.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh well. I'm sure you could come up with some bad ideas. And see the trick was trying to make a bad idea that wasn't secretly kind of a fun idea. Like I think my Homeland idea might actually be kind of a fun idea. But also that wasn't just like make a booster pack with 3 cards and charge $2,000 for it, because that's like, okay, yeah, obviously that's bad.
That's too close.
Yeah.
Yeah, your bad idea needs to be funny for you to want to comment it.
Yeah.
But
So do that.
But we're going to read them.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah, if you got any crap ideas, let us know, and we'll pass those along to Watsy.
Yeah, definitely.
When we're looking to get out of the Magic content game.
Yeah. Which is at the point in the future, which I hope isn't soon, where the business aspects of our relationship end, we'll be like, all right, cool.
On the way out. We've got some ideas for
Can I give you these pitches? Oh boy. Speaking of which, pre-release coming up. End of the month.
Maybe if you work at Watsy, pretend you didn't see this. If you if you don't work at Watsy, don't tell them about this episode. Don't mention it. This is just between us. Keep it on the DL.
All right, that's going to do it, I think, for Tap Tap Concede for this week. Thanks, everybody, for joining us for this delightful episode. A reminder, of course, that we're brought to you by Card Kingdom. Please check out cardkingdom.com/LRR. Order yourself some better cards than the ones we described. And, of course, Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. Or if you're watching on YouTube, you can chuck a couple bucks in the thanks. I don't know why they got to call it that, but there you go. You can leave a thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah, we'll be back next week with more Tap Tap. I don't know exactly. Probably going to get into some Phyrexia All Will Be One previews and maybe taking a look at the story, because, boy, is there some plot happening. And, yeah, more of that to come. So until next time, I've been Graham, joined by Nelson.
I was here.
Kathleen.
Ah.
James has been on tech. Heather gets these online. Thank you all so much for watching and listening, and we will talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye.